I feel lost. Started this YouTube channel because I kind of just feel like a loser. Like, simply put, I'm just a super average dude who doesn't work hard enough at my job. I don't work hard enough at my hobbies, and I'm simply just not at all close to any of my self-improvement goals either. But because I'm a loser today does not mean that I'll be one forever, and that's why I started this YouTube channel, just to vent, to document to myself how I'm improving at my goals and my hobbies. And this is just something that I've always wanted to do for fun, so it's a new space for me, but it's also just a way for me to just feel organized and productive with my free time, I guess. I like to think of myself as like a pretty introspective person. I've always been able to figure out my problems on my own, but I think I'm finally at a point in my life too where it's like I feel comfortable and confident enough in knowing when I need help and knowing when I simply can't figure things out like completely on my own. I used to really bottle up my emotions too and bottle up my problems without getting like other people involved, because I always felt afraid of being a burden to somebody else's day. I've always been the person in my friend group that everybody comes to for advice, maybe because they think I'm like more confident than I am, or maybe I'm just actually a lot better at hiding my own problems than I actually think. But I've always struggled a lot with like seeking advice from other people, and I've always been a lot more skilled at just giving it. I remember the other day too, like the reason that I am making this video actually is because I found something called, I think it was called like the Baker paradox or the barber's paradox or something. And it essentially states that like there's only one barber in a town, and the barber cuts everybody's hair, but he can't cut his own. Who is supposed to cut the barber's hair? This concept relates like super perfectly to me, like for giving my friends advice, because I've always been the person that reaches out and checks in on everyone, and I'm always being messaged about, you know, like, what should I do here, or why should I do this? But what happens when I need advice for myself, you know? It's like, kind of forgot how to reach out and ask for help, because I was always just so worried about pretending to be this super confident, like, don't have any problems guy. So when it's my turn to have an issue, I just, like, kind of feel lost, you know? And it's not like my friends don't care about me or anything like that. Like, I have some of the most supportive and great friends in the world, but I think they simply just don't think that I have any problems, or maybe they don't feel qualified to give advice to the person that they normally seek it out from or something. But yeah, I don't know, I'm not good at talking about my own issues. So I think that this channel is like a really healthy way for me to just look for advice, but to also give advice to any of you guys who have similar or maybe more severe problems. So if you have anything that you ever want to talk about or just want a second opinion on, please just drop a comment. I'll always respond and give my thoughts whenever I can. And by the way, let me just preface and say that like I'm not at all sad about this or like any less confident of a person than I normally am. I'm actually like the happiest, like most outgoing person in my day-to-day life, but I'm simply just kind of confused, I guess, with life at the moment. And I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to this as well. I just feel like I'm doing an average job at work. I feel like I'm average at my hobbies. I'm not hitting the gym really anymore. I'm just kind of coasting through life without any huge aspirations or goals or ambitions. And if any of you kind of feel the same way, I think the best way I can help myself to fix my own problem is like, I need to treat it like somebody else is asking for my advice instead of seeing it through the lens of like trying to help myself. Because again, I just feel a lot better for some reason at helping others than I do at helping myself. So if you're lost and just kind of coasting through life like I am, the first thing I would ask you is, what is your dream job? Like, what do you truly want to be? And What does success and happiness look like to you? If you want to be a successful person, then you need to start acting like one. You will never inch closer to your goals by just sitting on TikTok all day, for example. My second question would be, what do you love? What are your biggest passions in life? Mine have always been League of Legends, and I know as toxic of a community it is, the game has really changed my life for the better. There's just something, I don't know, it's so satisfying for me, like watching professionals play, spending thousands of hours of practice that lead up to just one moment in one game where they need to capitalize on those moments of competition, and miracles happen, and it's just the reason why I love the game so much and why I love competition just as a whole. I like sports, but I've always really been interested in esports. That's always been my true passion. And if you know anything about League or don't know anything about the game, I'm a Masters tier player, which is like the top 1% or something like that. And I know that if I pushed myself a bit harder or just put in a bit more work, I could reach the top rank if I really wanted to, which is Challenger. But for some reason, there's something holding me back. Like it's like there's a wall in front of me that I just can't climb, simply because I'm just not putting in the work that I could or should be putting in. The most important thing I want you to understand is that there's no worse feeling than knowing that you could have accomplished something and chose not to. Or what's even worse than that is like not knowing if you could have actually done it or not. Imagine you are, I don't know, like disgustingly good at soccer or something, and you're the best player in your state, but maybe let's say you didn't really enjoy the game that much, and maybe it's not your true 100% passion. Imagine aging 30 years and then you look back at those moments of your own domination and then thinking to yourself like, damn, could I have gone pro? If I really just put in more work and more dedication, and I was already kind of naturally gifted at it, so could I have become the best? And I promise you, nothing is going to haunt you worse than the thought of what could have been, because you just can't simply change the past. The good part about this problem, though, is that something you can change is the future. If you feel lost, find something you love and grind at that thing like there's no one in the world that can stop you. Sure, there are some time-gated things like, I mean, obviously you can't wake up as a 40-year-old and decide you want to become a pro athlete, but what's stopping you from becoming, I don't know, the best coach that's ever lived? Or what's stopping you from becoming an analyst or a professional when it comes to the knowledge of whatever subject you choose? At any age, at any time in your life, you can wake up and decide that you want to make change. All you have to do is stop saying you're going to change tomorrow when you could have really just changed today. I promise the longer that you push things off, the more opportunities that you're going to miss in the future, and I mean, tomorrow's never even really promised anyway, so why not just start right now? Even after that big rant, I'm still just super lost in my own life and my own head, but I know that as I make more and more videos going over my own thoughts, and I think that eventually I'll find my own path. It's just gonna take some time and some hard work and some frustration probably, but if you made it to the end of this video, I can't thank you guys enough for sticking around. Making these videos is so therapeutic for me, so if you found them helpful to yourself in any way, every like and every comment means the world to me. Seriously, I really just hope I can help as many people as I can. That just brings a lot of joy into my heart. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.